All right, hello everyone, and peace of the Lord to all of you. I hope my voice coming good and clear. Am I heard? Let me know, please, if you have any problem. We are going live on Ramble and on YouTube, but not in Discord today. Today our topic, I'm going to talk about politics, but for sure politics is involving Islam as usual. We heard in these days a lot of things. In front of us, this is this woman. Her name is Candace Owens, and simply she is very famous because simply she climbed the ladder of conservative ladder. So she was invited by everybody, churches, Christians, Jews, because simply she have different opinion and she opposed the woke culture. But in reality, this woman, she is just a person who climbed a ladder. Doesn't matter what the ladder is. If the ladder became short for her, then it is time to change it. So I'm not going to talk much about her, but this presentation is for something else. 3 weeks ago, this is a video made by her 3 weeks ago, and what she is saying in those videos, that there is a change in the world.
Started in terms of me, and this is obviously anecdotal, but I think anybody that's my age would agree. It definitely began with 9/11. And I had 9/11 on my mind. I have this separate podcast with the Daily Wire Plus called A Shot in the Dark. And I was talking about the birth control industry on this particular episode. And I was pulling some clips, some words from Thomas Sowell that he wrote in one of his books regarding how the feminist movement became successful. And he talked about this process of brainwash that takes place with the spawn of the Department of Education and how they're able to accomplish that brainwash when they have this seated audience of students in the public school system. What are the ideas that we want them to think for the future? It's a tremendous opportunity. Again, to be clear, he was talking about birth control. He was talking about
Sorry, the microphone was on mute. So as you see in front of you, this woman, she changed her ladder. She now became really famous. The Daily Wire, they hire her and she get paid millions of dollars a year, if not a month, I'm not sure. Yesterday, she was fired. And why she's fired? Simply, she reached the point where she is saying Hitler did the right thing to the Jews. So she is getting really filthy and really trashy. But why she is doing that? Because simply she found that her publicity become more important than her ethic as usual. As all those people who climb a ladder, when the ladder became short, we change it. So she switched her ladder, and to the one is more winning for her, the one who will make more money for her. If you go just a few years ago, you will find her having videos defending even Israel, talking about how they don't even want to mention, or the Jews, they don't want to mention even that the attack against the synagogue is done by a Muslim. Now she switched the idea. Now she is defending Islam and terrorists. She is defending Hamas, and she is all over Israel. And there is a reason. The video she mentioned, she said there is a change. She said, look, if you remember, I made a video about that. She said, look, do you see how many young people are in the street? Do you see how many people are supporting so-called Palestine? So she said there is a change, and she noticed the change. and she decided to move with the change. So it's time for her to change. But this is not the only person we want to talk about. 2 days ago, we heard this woman who is going to be the president if Joe Biden died. In fact, the real president of America right now is Obama anyway. But officially, if Biden died, she will be the president, and she is just a fool. And she said if Israel attack Rafah, there's going to be a consequence. She is threatening Israel. In fact, already 2 days ago, USA, for the first time ever, they voted against Israel in the United Nations to cease fire. And if you ask yourself what's going on, like what is the reason for all of this? We warned many times that the Islamic organization, they penetrate every government, like department. Obama, when he became a president, he did his best. He even built a mosque inside the White House, a place where Muslims they can pray. There's no place for Christians to pray inside his White House, but there's a place for the Muslims. This is the picture of Obama brother. And he is wearing, do you see the scarf he's wearing? This is the scarf of Hamas. This is not the scarf of those so-called Palestinian. And by the way, none of those who live in Palestine from the Muslims are Palestinian. Those are Arab. Palestinians don't even speak Arabic. The real Palestinians don't even know Arabic. They have nothing to do with the Arab. And they are not even exist anymore. So this guy is the brother of Obama. And look what he is wearing. We are coming back to Jerusalem. And this is the flag of Hamas. The sign you see, in the left of his side, his body, that's what it says, we are coming. نحن قادمون. And this is the sign of Hamas. So this is the Muslim brother of Obama, who is Obama. There's no question that all of them, they support Hamas. There's no question. And Hamas means Iran at the end of the day. Do you see this? If you remember, Obama, he left all the sanctions in Iran. He sent airplanes of money to Iran. And the sanctions is both important. So Iranian, they can buy all kinds of parts for weapon, to make weapon, to manufacture, to build manufacturers. So Obama was the biggest success for the Islamic, let us say, penetration system in the world. To the point that they have now a Muslim in the White House. Imagine how successful they become. When you check around you what's going on, the first thing you ask yourself, like, is it Israel really not important no more to USA? That cannot be. I mean, Israel is still in the same place, the same location, and it is the only trustworthy friend to USA in the Middle East. In fact, they have no friends in the Middle East. All of us, we knew that. So what's going on? Why everything changed? Simply, Hamas is going to enter Rafah. Let us go zoom in the map. And if they enter into Rafah, Rafah is the major hold or base hold of Hamas. And if this has happened, that means Hamas is gone. There's no more Hamas. So what Obama is trying to do, we cannot let this happen. We cannot let we cannot let the Jews kill the Muslim terrorist. We have to stop them, otherwise it's going to be too late. Attacking Rafah, and just yesterday, I heard the number of those who they are in the hospital of Shifa. Imagine the Israeli, they entered that Shifa hospital, a month ago, maybe 2 months ago, I forgot. And supposedly they clean it and then they withdraw. And they found now there's more than 1,500 Hamas fighters inside the hospital. They captured already a couple of hundreds and they killed more than 200. And there's still 100 inside the hospital. It's a very massive size buildings. So Hamas still exists. Hamas still is fighting. Hamas still is, receiving weapon. And Rafah is the major point, because Rafah simply is the major point of connection between Egypt and Gaza. and all their tunnels going through Egypt is going from that point. The Israeli army, and I believe this is Netanyahu, he's as stupid as usual. I don't like this guy. Instead of going the first thing to go to Rafah, he went to the north. But if all the weapon is coming from that side, why you go to the north? Shouldn't you block them first from having any exit, any entrance, anything from that side? This is the first move they should do. What the Israeli army did, by the command of the stupid Netanyahu, did the opposite. They start going from the north, going all the way to the south. And now, because the south obviously is where the gold is, where all Hamas leaderships are, where the hostages are, Obama is trying his best not to let the rest of Hamas being destroyed. Rafah is very important to preserve Hamas. If we go and look at the war map, let me try to find some map for you. Maybe we can find something to show you the situation right now. I'm looking for any map to show you with more details. Google map is not enough, is not good enough. Let us see. Give me a minute. I would use Google Translator because the best way to find the map we are looking for is to use Hebrew. The Israeli, they have an updated map always. Okay, we go to Hebrew. Let us see Hebrew. No. Okay, let's see. Now we should be able to find something. Maybe until now, no luck. Let us see. Maybe YouTube gave me a wrong translation. I'm not sure. As you know, I don't speak Hebrew, so I don't know really. But I'm just trying to find an updated map to show you. Anyway, you know, you can search for it and you can find what I'm talking about. So you will find here that Rafah is the most important spot for the Israeli army to go through, and obviously the whole war will be useless if they don't enter into Rafah. And the Israeli now, they notice that, you know what, we took all of Gaza. We were able to control Gaza. You know, Gaza is a city of Gaza, and then there's other cities. So Gaza is a name called for all that location here, but doesn't mean there is no city is called Gaza. This is Rafah. if we zoom in, it's just a few meters away from the fence with Egypt. And this is where all the tunnels go. This is where the nerve and the veins of the Hamas. You see, did you ask yourself, the weapon of Hamas is coming from where? Those weapons, how they are getting in, how easy it is. They have very advanced weapon. They have, this is not a weapon of militant, this is a weapon of army. How all those weapons, how all those things, technology is coming. All of this is coming through Egypt. And obviously Egypt is making a lot of money from this. And there is a big mafia in Egypt. And I believe the army of Egypt is supporting them, even though they hate Hamas. The government of Egypt, they hate Hamas because they are Muslim Brotherhood. But as long they are going to use their weapon against the Jews, so what the Egyptian will be, Iranian pay, Qatar pay, money come, we let them do whatever they want. As long they are not doing any harm inside Egypt, then there is no problem. So now the Israeli, they want to go into Rafah, and the American is going crazy. And when I say the American, I'm talking Biden and Obama, and this laughable woman, Kamala Harris. Everybody, even Europe, are threatening not to invade Rafah. Even Germany, they might stop their aid and send in weapons to Israel. And by the way, they are not sending it for free. They get paid for it. But the aid we are talking about is about buying from them. Even America, they are threatening now Israel. If you invade Rafah, we are going to stop supporting you. Which means you cannot buy weapon, you cannot buy parts for airplanes, you cannot buy technology. They will freeze Israel from their map. So Israel now is facing a very big threat that the whole dogs of the world is attacking them for doing the right thing to do. Until now, remember, America is not saying, okay, well, hold on, stop attacking Rafah, we will force Hamas to release the hostages. No, they want them not to attack and not to release the hostages. Like, at least if you have little dignity, Joe Biden and the dogs behind him, speak to your friend, the biggest dog ever in history, the Prince of Qatar, who is not a prince, he is just a Bedouin, and tell him, if you don't want them to attack Rafah, at least give them their hostages. I mean, the worst scenario, give them their hostages. They will not let the hostages go. So, if you have your wife and your child and your mother is kidnapped by Hamas, are you going to stop? The Israeli right now, they lost numbers of soldiers in this war, more than the hostages number. So what was the point then? Just to punish Hamas, to punish Gaza? They can bomb it without going there. If the point is punishing, destroying, then they can bomb it without entering one soldier and losing one soldier. The mission is not accomplished yet. The hostages is not released. And you will notice that Biden, he announced that he will go against Israel, and there's a consequence if they attack Rafah in the same night when they were negotiating with Hamas about releasing more hostages. And as soon as Hamas, they heard the news that America announced such a thing, and even they voted in the United Nations that they will not, they voted against Israel for ceasefire. They want to force Israel to ceasefire. No matter what. You get your hostages, you don't get your hostages, you have to stop firing. And we know if Israelis stop the fight, the next step you have to go, get out. And then Hamas, they are going to use the hostages as a winning card for the coming 10 years. Release this guy for us. Release this terrorist for us. Do this for us. They will be the one in charge of Israel, not Israel in charge of Israel. So what's happening right now, that all the dogs in the media, including this woman, Trucker Carson, Andrew Tate, what his name, Sean King, the guy, the grifter, all of them, they are getting paid by somebody, heavy duty. And all of them, they are against Israel. So Israel today is facing a war never happened before. Never happened before. They found themselves alone. America against him, Russia against him, China is against him, Europe is against him. For sure, all the Muslims in the world against him. And even a lot of so stupid Christians, they are against him. You know, when I was in the Middle East, I used to hear the Muslims say Saturday first and Sunday next. I wasn't sure what does that mean. Saturday first and Sunday next, what does that mean? It means that we will kill the Jews first and then we will kill the Christians. Jews are more, according to the Quran, the most hateful enemy to the Muslims are those who call Jews. The Quran makes it clear that the most enemy to the Muslims is those who are Jews. This is why they say Saturday first and Sunday is next. So when a stupid Christian, he calls himself a Christian, because you cannot be stupid and Christians, but there is, who they are not Christians, they think that we have nothing to do with Israel. They think that if Israel died, nothing will happen to you. You are next. You see, now the whole Muslim terrorists in the world, they are busy with Israel. What if there's no Israel? Just ask yourself the question, what if there's no Israel? I will tell you. When there was no Israel, the Muslims invade Europe. The Muslims invade Russia. The Muslims invaded China. There was no Israel. This religion cannot live in peace. This is a religion of hatred and crimes. So there is no Israel. There is no peace. In fact, Israel is taking all the hate and the heat of this filthy religion. If you take Israel from the map, then the target is who next? Do you think those people, they can live in peace? The Muhammadan, they've been commanded to control all the world. Muhammad, he says, I've been ordered to fight all mankind and kill every single one of them unless he say the Shahada and he pay. He pay me, and he pray as I pray, and he eat as I eat, and he say my name. We are not making things up. I've been commanded to kill all mankind. All mankind. Until they say the Shahada. And they have to pay the zakat, and they have to pray as we pray, and they have to eat as we eat, which means if you don't eat like they eat, they will kill you still. You see, when the liars, they say to you, like I saw in the Russian media, they are saying Islam does not command to do the massacre, the one that happened in Russia. This is not the teaching of Islam, but all of us, we know how big fat liars they are. But Russia is not alone in this game. Russia, America, Europe, all of them, they keep saying Islam does not teach that. Every single one of those stupid countries, leadership, fraud, they keep saying Islam has nothing to do with this. Islam does not teach this. But we know that Muhammad, he made the biggest massacre in history. He slaughtered tens of thousands, millions of people died because of him. And Muhammad, he made it clear, his target is to command all the world. I should fight against the people. By the way, in Arabic it says An-Nas. An-Nas is mankind, everybody. Tell them clear, there is no God but Allah, and Muhammad is his prophet. And you have to pay. You have to fast as he fasts. You have to pray as you pray. And only then, and then only, your blood and your money is safe from the hand of Muslims. Do you see it? Maybe my page is not clear. Let me zoom out a little bit so you guys can see it better. Let me see what the problem. All right, maybe now you can see it better. I think so. So having Israel actually is the Israeli are doing you a favor to the whole world, to the Chinese, the Buddhists, the Hindus, the Christians, the atheists. They are taking the hatred, and if there is no Israel, you get ready. After we finish today, I want you to leave for me a comment and tell me, what do you think if there's no Israel? Who is going to be next? All the focus now is on Israel. But if there's no Israel, who is next? Who they will kill next? When the filthy Putin, he says, Islam does not teach this. When the stupid George Bush says Islam is peace. When the King of England say the same garbage. When everybody. Nobody want to acknowledge the problem that Islam is the biggest sick, filthy, disgusting cancer ever exists to mankind. In the state of Singapore, the embassy, they posted something in their page in Facebook or Twitter. The government of Singapore, they send a warning to the embassy of Israel to take the post immediately because this has caused national threat for security in the country. Imagine how much they are terrified of the Muslims in Singapore. Well, you know what? They are surrounded by Muslims. Very small, tiny country. So they are afraid that a little post in Facebook can destroy the country. There's no country in Singapore. Singapore is not even a country. If I am the Prime Minister of Israel, I will take my ambassador from there and I will close it. Look like those people there, they forgot that their security is dependent on Israel too. A lot of the technology is used by the American weapon is made in Israel. And the funny is, when Joe Biden and his dogs, they threat the Israeli. As you see, everybody threatening the Israeli. They forgot that America needs Israel. Not only Israel needs America. There's many things in America cannot be done, but it can be done in Israel. In fact, even Muslim countries, their technology is connected to Israel. So, those people must go. Trump, he made an interview. Let me see if I can find it. You know me, I say things as it is. When Trump is wrong, I say he's wrong. When I say he's stupid, I say he's stupid. I don't care what people think. I say it as it is. But when it's come to the right things regarding Israel, I can say Trump is the one to do it right. Trump, he stopped all the import and export of Iran. He made it clear to China that if you buy 1 gram of or 1 liter of oil from Iran, we will put sanctions on you and we will put a high tariff on your product because you are using their oil and they are our enemy to make your product. China stopped buying any oil. Trump, he was able to suffocate Iran. This is why you will notice that Joe Biden, when he came to the office, the first thing he wanted to do is to lift the sanctions from Iran. In fact, the first order he did, after he became a president, he took Al-Houthi, which is nothing but a terrorist group in Yemen, from the list of terrorism. Immediately. I mean, the guy, he just took the office. He just took the office. When you take an office, what you do first, what is the most important for you? I'm trying to find the interview. You see, I don't prepare for like those interview or anything. I mean, like my videos. Here we go. But I want to find it in the original channel so we don't get the copyright flag as usual. Anyway, you can watch it. You can watch it even in Washington Post video on YouTube. The title is let's see the title. Let me look again. Trump warns Israel to finish up your war and get on to peace. We cannot have this going on. Finish your war. So anyway, Trump, he understands really what Israel need to do. And I find it very funny and very weird that maybe 95% of the Jews in America, they vote for Obama and they vote for Joe Biden, and they are the biggest donor. So we can say that number one enemy to Israel is people who they are liberals, Jews. It's very strange, isn't it? But this is how it is. So the funny is that Israel now, not only Muslims are against it, not only liberals, even those who they are Jews. Jews, they hate Israel. They want to destroy Israel. They are working to destroy Israel. Would they be able to do so? I believe this mission is impossible. And Joe Biden, he just dig his grave. His career in the best scenario. When we say grave, we are talking about his future as a president. What Joe Biden is trying to do is just trying to earn support from the Muslim community in USA, which is a very small, tiny number of population. However, his target is not those people. His target is those who they are anti-Israel, who they are liberals. His own party is anti-Jews, anti-Israel, anti-anything is good. So he knew that his poll is dying. He knew that he is losing ground. He knew he is no match for Trump. He tried his best to put Trump in jail before the election. But guess what? Even if Trump is in jail, he can still go to election and he can win in jail. He can. In order not to let him to go to the election, you have to disqualify them. Until now, they could not. So he's trying his best to change the way things is going. He knew he's going to lose in a massive way, unless they were able to find a way to change the vote, like, you know, dump like a 20 million vote, fake vote in by mail. And this is why the Democrat actually, they don't want the ID. You see, when the Republican, they say we want ID for anyone when a vote, Democrat right away they say no, we don't want that. You ask yourself, who is the one? Why you don't want an ID? They say this is racism. Because black people don't have ID. Have you ever heard of a black? Why a black person don't have ID? What does that have to do with you being a black or white? I mean, how you can get anything if you don't have ID? How you can take an airplane? How you can travel? How you can drive? What do you mean they don't have ID? How this is a discrimination if you say everybody, everybody. So they drew their best, and anything you try to do, they make it about discrimination. And they present themselves that they are the one who protect black, but in fact we knew that the Democrat is the party of slavery. They are the one who vote to keep the slaves slaves. A Republican, they are the one who vote, or sorry, fight, and paid from their blood to free the slaves. It's history, it's written, go check it out. They want an open border because migrant mean more Democrat. This is how they see it. They have no ethic. You bring, if we can bring every year 10 million new migrants who they are illegal, and then after a few years we give them open green card, just apply, the same as Obama did, and the one before him did, and the one before him did. Those later they will vote for us. We are the one who gave them the green card. We are the one who gave them the citizenship. So we're trying to change the demographic of the country and make the majority Democrat. It doesn't matter if they bring gang from Venezuela, if they bring drugs. It doesn't matter who they are coming, just to bring them. For them, Obama, for him, it's important to have Israel destroyed. We do not need enough proof because the proof is all over. I mean, this is his brother. Look what he's wearing. The flag of Hamas. And in his t-shirt in the kafaya that says نحن قادمون, we are coming back. You will find the same thing, you know, the same thing around his neck is what the leaders of Hamas they wear. If you search it. So it is not a secret. Obama, he wants to protect Hamas. For Hamas is Iran. Hamas is the arm of Iran inside Israel. In case, let me show you. In case Hamas destroyed, Iran will not be able to do a lot during the war. But having Hamas in the corner of Israel, very close, they can send rocket non-stop if the war starts with Iran, which means for them it's like a barking dog inside Israel, and they can use it anytime when they need it. So destroying Hamas is like in cutting the arm of Iran inside Israel. And this is why Obama will never let that happen. For Joe Biden, he don't care. He is not a Muslim. He is not a Hamas. He is just a fool who became a president. And how I can stay as a president? So he don't care if he sacrifices every single Israeli in the world or every single Jew. What is important for him? How I can stay as a president. I assure you, if Biden, he won the election, he will not care even if Israel finish all of Gaza and use nuke. He will not care. What he cares for now is election. We are right now at the end of March, so we have only a few years left before a few months, sorry, left for the coming election. And the news is so bad for him. The Muslims in Michigan are very angry. In Minnesota, very angry. So, and the liberals are very angry. The Democrat is very angry. His base of vote is very angry. All of them, they are anti-Israel. So who's going to vote for him? The only reason for them to vote for him now is not to have a Trump. That's all. Otherwise, nobody likes that guy. He's bad in economy, he's bad in security, he's bad in everything. But as long as he is against Trump, they will vote for him. So if I am him, actually, I will not be worried much as those, you know, who don't like me. Because, I mean, okay, there's only two. You will vote for who? You will vote for Trump? They hate Trump. You have no choice. So if they don't vote for him, Trump is the winner. And those Democrats, they hate Trump to death. And they prefer if anything happened, but not Trump. Anything, just bring anything. Bring even the leaders of Hamas to make him president, but not to Trump. So all things came together. All the dogs who they hate Israel, they are gathering from everywhere. Putin, he is so upset from Israel. Why? Because they are attacking the Shia fighters in Syria. Okay. Just yesterday, actually, the Israeli, they destroyed a massive convoy of weapons coming from Iran, arrived to Syria in the north borders of Syria. And here, by the way, I want to mention that the Israeli army arms is so long. So if the enemy think that they can really hurt Israel by having America not supporting, you are mistaken. Remember, this is a massive, powerful army, and they have nukes nobody have. Here is their Zor. Let me show you the map. Where is their Zor? Let us see, hold on. should be here. Strange, the map is not showing the city. Anyway, it's here in the north, where there is door. Let us switch to this map here. Weird. Okay, hold on. So imagine the Israeli airplanes, how far they can go without a fuel. Give me a second. I will go to map. All right. So this is their Zor area in Syria. As you see it here. There was a big convoy coming from Iraq, which is coming from Iran, with a lot of weapons, going to the Shia fighters of Hezbollah, and then is going to go through to Gaza. Now, some might say how they can get it there. It's very easy, very easy. They send it to Egypt by boats, and then in Egypt they smuggle it all the way to Gaza through the tunnels between Rafah and Egypt. So here the attack was yesterday, and many terrorists from Iran died in this attack. So the Israeli army, they can go really far. I believe they can go to all the way to Iran so easy without even fuel. And they can hit so hard. So those who they are happy and they notice that USA is not supporting Israel no more, I believe that this is temporarily and this can't be true because America needs Israel more than Israel needs America. It's just an election tension. Biden is threatened by his party. You need to do something. We are losing ground. Trump will eat you alive in the coming election. If the election happened for real, I believe strongly Trump will win. And then the image will flip upside down. And you will see all those who they are opposing Israel, they will become friendly to Israel. Including the dogs who bark against Israel right now. Like Tucker Carlson and this Candace, whatever her name, because they ride the waves. Those are wave riders. How is the wave going? We ride the wave. You want to float? You have to float. In order to float, if you go against the wave is high. The wave will take you down. So they ride the wave. If Trump is falling down, they will take the second wave. Who is the winner? When Trump was in the office, Erdogan was a best friend for Trump. Trump, he is out of the White House. Erdogan, he sent a letter to, you can check it out, you can search in Google. He sent a letter to the White House, to Joe Biden, saying that I'm so happy that the White House now is out of the KKK. It is time for the real people of color to take over. It turned to be that Joe Biden is black too. So there's a lot of people, they ride the wave. Whoever the winner will be, they will go under his shoes. And based on all what I see around, if the real election happened, Trump is going to win. No, there's no doubt about it. And then all of those who hate Israel, including Qatar, including Emirates, including Bahrain, including Egypt, all those who they are barking like dogs against Israel, they will become a meow. And they will open their doors again to Israel. I saw a video that somebody is saying that Emirates is preparing itself to destroy the economy of Israel. I was laughing from such a stupid thing. Looked like Israel was not exist until they have a peace agreement 2 years ago with Israel. In case you do not know, Israel is a major export and import and makers and manufacturers of many high technology and computer chips. So nobody can get rid of Israel. Not to forget to mention that Israel is self-independent in many things, including food. You see, the Jews, there is something unique about them. If you go to Saudi Arabia here, this is the city of Medina. This is where the filthy Muhammad was buried. As you remember, when he died, because he said, we prophet, our body will not decay. The Muslim did not bury him for 3 days, 3 nights. And then his body stink. Ibn Abbas, he said, bury your friend for his stink as all a human being, they stink. So they did not bury him for 3 days. And you know, it's a very desert area, very hot. So he stink. So they bury him with his own clothing in the city of Medina. However, the city of Medina, if you look at it, there's nothing there. It's just a desert, you know? Nothing. The Jews, when they were in the city, they made it heaven. You take the Jews, you give them the most ugly desert in the world. They will turn it into a green desert. You see, the Egyptian, they have Sinai for centuries, if not thousands of years. The desert of Sinai. Desert. Ugly. Nothing. Nothing, totally. When the Israeli, they took over it, they made a lot of places heaven. Even though they knew that this will be temporarily place, they cannot take it. This is not their land. If you go and check in Israel, you will find how they made the desert of An-Naqab truly become a heaven. If I search right now, and we are talking about real desert, not, you know, like, I mean, not like a dry area, because it can be an area which is a little bit dry, you know, but we are talking about a ground which is really ugly. When I say ugly, I mean ugly, really. I mean, there's nothing. Even the land itself is not good for farm, even if you bring water, you know. Yet the Jews, they made it like heaven. There's tons of videos. I think the first one, when I don't know which president of Israel, like in the beginning of Israel, the first thing he went to the desert, Naqab desert, he said, this should be our heaven. We should make it produce food for us. And they did. Let me see if I can find you some videos about what the Jews they did. I don't want to play videos, you know, because, you know, they have copyright and we have YouTube already hate me to death, as usual. My light is off, so I can't see the keyboard. Hold on, let me see. All right. What I'm trying to say to you, that the land which is really disgusting, ugly, the Jews, they have it, and they make it something very, very unique. There is tons. Let me see. You give heaven to the Muslim, they will make it desert. They will cut the trees, they will destroy everything. Ibn Khaldun, he said, and you can go check it out yourself. He said, the Arab are willing to burn a library for the sake of cooking. For the sake of cooking, not for the sake of anything useful. Just to cook. Here we go. I found the video here. And this is just an old video, like, let us see. Yeah, they made the desert something different. You can watch, there's tons of videos. I will post for you. Let me post this. You can watch it later and you can see what I'm talking about. We post for you in Rumble, in YouTube. Yeah. Anyway, you can check it out. So what I'm saying, like, security of a country is not necessarily based on who is in love with you in the neighborhood. For sure, having a bad neighborhood is very ugly. You don't choose your neighbors. So right now, the Israelis are surrounded by bad neighbors. In fact, just to show you the hypocrisy, even the Christians in Lebanon, who used to be very close friends to Israel, because now they notice Israel is not really a supporter for them no more, for their cause, let us say. So those fake Christians, they are now barking like dogs against Israel, sadly. So they have a lot of enemies around them, but all the enemies, they can bark, but nobody dare to bite. For a very simple reason. As long as Israel is very strong, as long as the Israeli army is superior, all the surrounding is safe and secure for Israel. Hezbollah have 100,000 fighters, as the leader of Hezbollah claimed. Why he did not attack with Hamas? He don't dare. So now they are like sending little rocket here, RPG. It's just a barking dog, it's just to bother, but they don't dare to go at war. Because they knew they are no match. Iran, they keep showing how much weapon they have, how long the missiles they have. They are speaking about making nukes. But I assure you, even if they have nukes, they will not dare to go at war with Israel. So I say to the Israeli, fart at Biden. Let him threat you as much he want, or he can. In fact, that will make him lose election. For many reasons. Number one, a lot of Christians will vote against him for sure this time. Number two, God will never let Israel get destroyed. And this is the most important. Number three, as long as your army and your country is self-sufficient, nobody can put the pressure on you. Even in fact, the Israeli can put the pressure on America. There's a lot of technology the American they need in their radar system, in their missile systems, in their Patriot system. All is owned by Israel. They can stop themselves from selling to America. So we knew that they cannot. All those threats is empty and they are useless. What I believe, that Biden and this stupid woman, the laughable, ha 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 ha, when she speak against Israel, in the appearance, it's just trying to make the crowd who they are angry from their supporters calm down. It's just for propaganda for the election. Like you see, here we go. We're trying our best. What we can do? What we can do more? So all of this is a propaganda. Obama is trying his best to protect Hamas, but the election for Biden is the most important. And if things keep going, and actually now he make it more worse by voting against Israel, there's people who they are, there is no question, they support Israel, and they will never let such a bad happen to Israel. They will vote and they will go vote against Obama which is Joe Biden for sure. So I believe that Joe Biden, he made the biggest mistake. He thought he will get some support in the election if he go against Israel. But I believe all of them, they are making big mistake. The same as this stupid woman here. She climbed the ladder, trying to claim that she is conservative. She is against the woke, when she is just a woman who climbed a ladder. Doesn't matter what it is. Jewish ladder, Christian ladder, any ladder. And now it's time for the Israeli and Jews haters. Imagine she support Hitler. Imagine she think Hitler did nothing wrong. So now she noticed that the trend is changing. So we have to change our menu in the restaurant. She is just making a business. And now she lost her job in her, or let's say her deal, making millions. And right now she made a donation page. Please donate for me. I need your support. Immediately. I mean, she just got out yesterday. She is asking, crying for help. I am sure you will not leave me alone. They are canceling me for my opinion. There's a guy, his name is Mac Dice. I used to think about him that he is a conservative, but he is upset. He said the conservative, they are canceling someone who don't agree with them. And I say to this man, you are just a stupid fool. Why somebody, imagine the Muslim company, they will hire a Christian prince and give him millions of dollars for exposing Islam. Who is going to do that? A woman, she make it clear that she hates the Jews. And she is against them. So he claimed that this is a canceling method. It's disgusting. But the fact he forgot that nobody will pay somebody, he hate him. I posted for him in his page a comment about his stupidity. And I don't know if he even care. Actually, it's still there. That's funny. Let me see. And yeah, don't forget to buy his t-shirt. If you don't buy his t-shirt, you are missing a lot. All of them, they are businessmen. And they claim that they are people who have target to help the community to understand better. But don't forget to buy my t-shirt.
Ben Shapiro.
Here we go. Let me show you this. I made a comment in the comment section here. I don't see it. I don't know. I guess I have to log in maybe to see the comment. I suppose not, right? Where is the comment? I don't know. I don't see the comment at all. Yeah, maybe at the end of the page. Anyway, you can see, if you watch the video there, you can see my comment. And I will read for you actually in my other page here. It shows the comment right away. I say to him, you are very hypocrite. Can you put my comment in your video, I mean in the coming video, to show that you are a person who does not fire people who disagree with you? What do you, like, do you pay who's bashing your people? And if they are good people, why are they joining a bad company? So imagine if this woman, she was of those people, they are kicked out because the company is bad. So why she was joining them? The same as Fox News. Remember Tucker Carlson? So Fox News is bad, it's disgusting, full of lies. So Tucker Carlson was working there all those years, making hundreds of millions of dollars. So they are bad when they fire you? They were good when they are working for them? Stupidity is amazing. And you know, sometimes you find like those who claim that they are mature, they have a brain of a mosquito. This woman, she make it clear that she is anti-Israel. She is anti-Jews. She hate the Jews. She support terrorists. She support Palestinians. She support Islam. So why in the world a company owned by Jews will pay her and keep her there? Give me a reason. Just give me a reason. And don't worry, Qatar will find her a better job. I am sure now the Qatari, they might even give her a good job in the Jazeera TV. Just wait. With a lot of money. And the hypocrite is you. Are you willing to pay me to be working with you and all what I do make videos against you? Are you willing to do it? Sure not. So imagine he claimed that those are hypocrite. Why? Because they cancel somebody that disagree with them. This is not a scenario. What disagree? This is a woman. She is a sponsoring literally terrorist. She is supporting them. She agreed with whatever Andrew Tate he said about Israel. She agreed that the Jews are, species. She think about them badly. She agreed in everything filthy. But this is the same woman. A few years ago, she was defending the Jews. Why? Because the same reason. She was working for the Jews, company owned by the Jews, or owned by the Shabiro. So she was their voice. She speaks, she pray, she is, simply just do your best and get paid. But now the trend had changed. And maybe she becomes so comfortable with money. So she said to herself, they will never fire me. They will never, lose me. I am making a lot of money and making them a lot of money too. But yesterday or the day before, she was fired. So, many people, they join a trend. People of ethic, they don't. People of ethic, their ethic is the one lead them in their decision. It's not the trend. It is not the weather changing. As simple as that. I hope that you guys understand what I'm trying to say. And look like we have no choice, but we have to work to make Trump win the election. Otherwise, those dogs, they are going to bite Israel, and they will do their best to put Israel under their feet. But for me, I'm not really worried about Israel because I understand that the Israeli are a very, for sure, when I say the Israeli, I'm talking about the nation as a nation. Otherwise, in Israel, there's a lot of dumb too. Like those Orthodox Jews, they don't want to join the army. They see a soldier in the street, they spit at him. Imagine. The Orthodox Jews, they see an Israeli soldier, they spit at him. If I am in charge of this country, the first thing I would do, I will take the citizenship from anyone. I will strip him from his civil right and his citizenship and send him free shipping and handling him to any country he wants. Why in the world you allow somebody to live in your country? Those young men, they go to die for you, to protect you. But do you think Hamas, they care if you are Orthodox Jews or you are not? They will shoot you. So imagine there is a group of people in Israel, they hate their own army. Those people should be stripped from their citizenship, should be sent wherever they came from, because obviously they are not Israeli. There is no way a person who loves his country would do so. And this is the case for any country. If I am a king to any country and my citizen, they burn my flag, you don't deserve to live here. Kick them out. Just kick them out. So, and this should be done everywhere, in America, everywhere. They should have changed the law that this is not a free expression. This is a red line. A person who betrays his country, he have no right to live in that land. To live in a land, you have to be willing to defend it and to die for it. If you are not willing, if you hate it, then why you are here? So, they are trying their best to put Israel down. For me, I am not worried about Israel. But I hope that we will not have anti-Israel government in the coming year in USA, because that will influence all of Europe. If a Trump, he come to the office, we know that Trump, he defend always Israel. And then all of Europe will follow. Because Europe, for me, they present like puppies. You know the puppies? The big dog, whatever the big dog says, they follow the dog. They don't have really their own opinion. They are even their security is dependent on USA. They don't even have security. All their security depend on USA. Imagine England. They have their army is smaller than Hezbollah. And you might say, well, England have nukes. So what? If now a chaos happen inside England, their troops is enough, not enough even to control civil war. So Europe, until the invasion of Russia, have no army. Their army is horrible. Now they start rebuilding their army. They're trying to build an army. And even Trump, he forced them. He said, you know, why we keep paying for you to protect you? You're rich. Why we have to protect Germany? Why you don't spend? Why we have to protect France? Why we have to protect England? It's time for you to take money from your pocket and build your weapon. Trump, he did his best to make economy in America work good, but he was a great opportunity for those stupid Europeans to do something. It's time to have an army. As you see, anyone can invade you anytime. Security is an illusion. If you don't have security, which means if you think you are safe because your neighbor is a nice guy, you are just a stupid fool. Because your neighbor can change. Your neighbor can become a drug dealer second day. He can be a priest by uniform, but he is the devil inside the uniform. As soon he notices that you are weak, he will take over you. If Ukraine still have nukes, Putin will never dare to attack Ukraine. The stupid Ukrainian, they trusted the American. The American, they signed agreement with Russia and says, we guarantee nobody ever would invade Ukraine if Ukraine is willing to give up their nukes. The stupid Ukrainian, they gave their nukes. And look what happened to Ukraine. Israel, they knew better. They should not give their weapon, and they should not give their security, and they should not obey America. American, they don't care really for Israel. They are using Israel. American, they don't care even for American. Like, shouldn't Joe Biden first says, hey, Hamas, you have to release our hostages because there is at least, I think, 20 or 30 American hostages. Shouldn't Biden send the Marines to join the war? Says, if you don't send our hostages right now, I will send my army to you. He don't. He don't care even for the American. He cared for an American who is taking drugs, selling drugs in Russia. Because she's a famous football, like a basketball player. He don't care for American, who they are Jews. Because Jews, anyway, they vote for me. So they are doing everything they can to put pressure on Israel. I don't like Netanyahu, but I like what he is doing. I like that he is not bending down to Biden. In fact, I have to give him a credit for doing that. He is being brave, even though always I am against this man. Always. I don't trust him. I don't like him. I don't like his decision. I don't find him smart. But not bowing down to America, that's alone is extremely important. So I hope the Israeli, they will finish their war, and the one who cry, cry, and the one who don't like them, don't like them. The important is victory. When victory is done, then let all of them cry as much they want. Your country, your citizen is first. Those Americans are a bunch of fools. They can't even close their border. You listen to people like those, you will have the same as America, open border. Drugs, cartel, even imagine they beat the police, they let them go out. Have you ever heard of a country where people they can beat the police and let them go out? Oh, they are migrant, poor migrants. What? Poor migrant, they are coming to beat the police in the country they are coming to? Free food, free shelter, free health insurance, and then we beat the police. I mean, they beat the police second day they arrive to America. What they would do after they become citizen? So, and the funny is, supposedly I'm an Arab. This is the irony, isn't it? So supposedly I'm an Arab. This is what they say, I'm an Arab, I speak Arabic, I'm born in the Middle East, so I'm an Arab. So, because we see the truth, we are telling you, if you are a Christian and you hate Israel, you are a fool. This cancer religion, they believe that Jews first, Christians second. If they finish from the Jews, then they go to the Christian. If they finish from the Christian, they will go to the Hindus, the Buddhists, etc. It's about priority, and the priority in Islam is Jews. The Muslims, they thought they finished the Jews already. They are gone. Muhammad killed them all. They scattered around the world, but they could not believe it that the Jews coming back and they have their own state. This is why you see in a country like Iran, the first thing in the morning before they enter school, they say, death to America, death to Israel. If you go and see the picture of Al-Houthi, the Shia terrorist in Yemen, you will see in his pictures, let me find you his pictures. Any of his pictures, any of them. Always he have two frames around him. Let me show you. I'll try to find a clear image. Okay, this one. This is a terrorist website. Okay. Let us see. Let me show you how they are sick and obsessed with their hatred. If you look at those pictures, there's two frames around him. The one in the right, it says Allahu Akbar. Death to America, the first line in red. Death to Israel, the second line. The third line in red, it says, and curse upon the Jews, and victory to Islam. Curse on the Jews. I mean, this is their target in life. They live for this. Death to America, death to Israel, and curse to the Jews, victory to Islam. And the filthy Biden, the first thing he did, go check it out. The first thing he did when he became a president, he took those from the terrorist list. You need to ask yourself why. That is Obama command. Obama is a Shia. He's a Muslim Shia. He supports Iran. He supports the terrorists of Iran. And I challenge anyone who supports Biden to tell me, what is the reason to take those terrorist groups from the terrorist list? This is the picture of their leader. Any TV, any program he go, he have them behind him. Death to America. Look like you, Democrat don't care for somebody saying death to America. You like it. Death to America means genocide to America. Death to the Jews, death to the Israel means genocide to the Israel. Curse on the Jews. This is number 3 line. Victory for Islam. And you will notice that the three lines in red is for the kuffar, because blood. And the one is green is Islam. Allahu Akbar, the first line. In the left picture, it says, Nasratun wa jihad. Basiratun wa jihad. You know, like a vision of fighting, of doing jihad against the kuffar. And yet the stupid Joe Biden, he took them from the terrorist list. The first thing he did. Can you imagine? So I say that they are doing their best to put Israel down. They are doing their best to support Islamic terrorists around the world. Putin, the filthy Putin, the attacker, all of them, they are Muslims coming from Tajikistan. They announced that they are coming from by ISIS, and yet he claimed that Islam has nothing to do with this. This is the trend of hypocrisy and lies. This guy, Islam have nothing to do with him. No, even though he is the leader of millions of fighters, not thousands, hundreds of, no, millions, I'm serious. The whole country is armed. If you see if I show you like their weapon, I mean, you know, there's a guy, he sent me a video, he's a Christian. He said to me, I made a video, this one exposing the hypocrisy. I look at the video talking about children dying in Yemen. You remember the war in Saudi Arabia, between Saudi Arabia and those guys? Everybody, stop the war, stop the war. Who is behind it? Qatar. Qatar, they don't want the war to continue because those people, they were under a lot of pressure. Emirat, Bahrain, and Qatar, and Saudi Arabia, they joined forces against them. It was the trend of every single Democrat to stop the attack on those people. For the benefit of who? For the benefit of Iran. Iran is the major forces in all of those people. Didn't have money for this. They make money from drugs, yes. Hezbollah and those people, they sell drugs. But it's not enough to cover all the war. War is very costly. Imagine they are fighting Saudi Arabia. With all the income they have and all the weapons they are buying from USA, still they are able to fight Saudi Arabia. How they can do it? It is Iran. And yet, Joe Biden, the first thing he did, he took them off the list in less than a week or so. Let me search for it just to show you. Because you might say I'm exaggerating. The first thing I heard when Joe Biden became a president, that he took the Al-Houthi off from the list, I said to myself, why he is doing, I mean, why in the world he do that? I mean, those people, they hate us. They keep saying, death to America. You know? I just searched. The first thing came to me is Al Jazeera, the terrorist TV station. This is posted by someone, his name Joseph Stefanski. He worked for Al Jazeera. 16 of February, 2021. In February 4th, Biden announced that he will end the era of Trump of putting Al-Houthi in the terrorist list. The guy, he just took the office. Let me post the link for you. The filthy Biden, he just took the office. That means taking off those people from the terrorist list is a priority for him. When you do, first thing you do as a president is taking terrorists from your list. You need to tell yourself, why in the world he is doing that? The first thing he did. Why? It is priority. It's so important for him. is to support Iran. When a person became a president, the first thing he think about, the most important, his country. No, the most important is what Obama want. And what Obama want is to sponsor Iran, to free Iran from any sanctions. So they can buy weapon, they can import, they can export, they can get wealthy, and they can buy more weapon. And this is the brother of Obama wearing the logos of Hamas. We are coming to Jerusalem, as you see. This is the Muslim Obama brother. And still people will not believe you. It doesn't matter what you show them, because people are stupid. Obama right now is the true president. So my final message to you, I don't care if what you think about Israel. Israel is not a perfect country. There is no country is perfect. In Israel, there is atheists, there is Christians, there is Jews, there's so-so, there's homosexual, there's all kinds of people. But there is something very important. That God, He promised the Jews to take their land. And if you support the enemy of the promise of God, you are one of them. Some they will say to you, oh, they are not under that promise. No, the promise say clearly, you and your seeds. Abraham, you and your seed. Those who claim that they are people who love Jesus, yet they are anti-Israel, they do not know Jesus, because Jesus on the cross says, forgive them, Father, they do not know what they are doing. That means Jesus, He loved them. They just put nails in His hands and His feet. He's dying on the cross. What He say? Forgive them, Father, they do not know what they are doing. How much love He have for the Jews. Now I say, based in the Bible is clearly that the one who will be saved is only the ones who accept Jesus. But that will not change the fact that you as a Christian, you cannot support the enemy of God. If you do so, you are no Christian. And when you support someone working against the promise of God, this is not about the Jews no more. This is the land which is promised by God to the Jews. Even the Quran says so in chapter 5, verse 21. In fact, the Quran makes it so clear that this land is assigned to the Jews. Is what? Is assigned. It's not only land of the Jews, it's assigned. The word holy in the Quran mentioned very few times. Once about the Holy Spirit, and once about the Holy Land. Either it's about Moses and the Holy Land, or it's about the Holy Spirit. Now Muhammad do not know what the Holy Spirit is. He's trying to copy from the Christian and the Jews words. He do not know what they mean. Here you notice that the Quran says, "O my people," Allah says to Moses to tell the people, "Enter the Holy Land, which Allah He assigned into you." So even the book of Satan admit that this is the land of the Jews. So me as a Christian, I support Israel. In fact, if I am not an Arab and they allow me to join the IDF, I will do. I will be willing to go and fight side by side with them until we get all the hostages back and bring justice into the terrorist. So true Christians, they will not side with people who want to break the command and the promise of God. And remember, in the Bible, there's many prophecy about how nations will gather around the world, all of them against Israel. It's true. It's always happening. So don't be one of those nations, otherwise you will be doomed. Don't be one of those nations who become an enemy to Israel, because I assure you, you will be doomed. Because then you are fighting God's promise. And for us as a Christian, we believe, if the Lord is with me, who could be against me? But if you go against the Lord, I assure you, you are a loser. And the Lord's command is that this is the land of the Jews. This is not the land of anyone else. And not a single Arab in Israel is a Palestinian. Those are Arab. Their language is Arabic. My language is Arabic. How in the world a person, he is an Arab, he is a Palestinian? You tell me. Palestinian, they have a language. They are different ethnic group. And none of them exist. Otherwise, what is the language? In fact, if you ask any of those who they claim to call Palestinian, are you an Arab? They say yes. How you can be an Arab and you are a Palestinian? A question nobody want to ask. Those people, they came with the Islamic invasion to the land. The only left Aramaic Palestinian, if they are Palestinian, they are Aramaic mostly. Those are the Christians. The Christians who live in that land. But the Arab, they are Arab. They came with the invasion of Umar al-Khattab, first time ever. An Arabic word is spoke in that land when the Arab Muslims attacked that land. They occupy Iraq. Iraq is the land of the Assyrian and the Chaldean. What they call it now? The Arab Republic of Iraq. They attack Egypt. This is the land of the Coptic Egyptian. Those are the real African Egyptian. What they call Egypt right now? The Arab Republic of Egypt. Libya, Algeria, Morocco, none of those are African. They hijack the land, and they hijack the name, and they hijack everything, and they force their language on it. And the funny is, they speak about Israel, they say it's a colony, when Islam is the biggest colony in the world. Erdogan, he makes speeches about colony. He forgot that all his country, 95% of his country is stolen, either from the Greek, or from the Armenian, or from the Kurdish, or from the Syrian. So remember, you as a Christian, you can call yourself a Christian only if you follow the command of the Bible. And if you support the terrorists, who they want to destroy you too, you are just a fool. Even if you don't like Israel, even if you're an atheist, you have nothing to do with the Bible. Those people, they have target, one after one. Atheists, they will not even survive. Christian Jews, they can pay jizya. Atheists, they must die according to Islam. If you don't believe, read their book. So those who go in the street, say free Palestine, just go to Gaza and say I'm an atheist. Let us see what it will do to you. Go to Gaza and say I am an atheist. Go to Gaza and say you are a homosexual. Let us see what they will do to you. Try it. Disclaimer. Mostly you will never be back. Just to let you know. Just to let you know. Thank you all for being here. May the Lord bless you. I'm not going to keep you longer. And I hope we were able to explain what's going on. And I hope that Trump, he will win the election. We have no choice but to make him win. Otherwise, we will have other 4 years of such a dummy, stupid Joe Biden who is working as a puppy for Obama. Obama, the Muslim, is still in the White House. The Islamic agenda is in charge. And all those who they call themselves conservative going against Israel, they are false and they are not conservative. Stop listening to Tucker Carlson. He is a fraud. Stop listening to this woman, Candace, whatever her name. She is a scam. Stop. Those people are fooling you. They use you as a ladder to fly. They speak about the poor, but they make millions. They speak about right and wrong, but they do everything wrong. Just don't watch what they do. They go and they meet and they interview a pimp. And they defend him. A guy who have thousands of videos about how to lure women into pimp business. He is their hero. So we are in a time where some people, they claim to be conservative, but their hero is a pimp. The best example for them is a pimp. I mean, the guy, he have a rape case. Many rape cases, not only one, in many countries. They go all the way. You know why? Because they want to climb the ladder. He is famous. He is celebrity. He have a lot of fans. His fan, they will become my fan now. Let us fan together. They have zero ethic. Tucker Carlson, Candace, all this. I want to use the word shit. But sorry, the word shit is useful. Shit is fertilizer. They are not. They don't even qualify for the word shit. And now they are putting their anger on Israel. Why? Because the trend is against Israel. We have to go with the trend. So don't be part of the trend of the devil. Don't lose your ethic. Stand for your belief. It doesn't matter who say yes or who say no. Those who change their position, they never had one. They never had one. Especially when it's about a fact, about a land, about a nation, not about a person. This is not about a person. This is about a nation, a country, a land, an ethnic group. She used the conservative ladder until she became high and became celebrity, and she make millions of dollars. 2 days ago, she lost her job because she is trying to climb higher ladder. Who is going to hire her next? Al Jazeera TV? If this has happened, I will not be surprised at all. Let me know, what do you think? She will work for who? I guess Qatar. What is your guess? Let me know. Thank you all for being here. May the Lord bless you. And this is your brother Christian Prince, was serving you for today. Have a good day. Bye-bye.